Watch until the end. This is about Will Smith and the Belial situation. So I had some people, actually, I had one person in particular in my comments on some of these topics, and they were saying that it appears that there's about 20 truth tellers that are allowed to tell the truth about what's going on in the industry. And when I look at some of these podcasts that are set up just like interviews, like with the police, and again, this is entertainment purposes only. But when I look at how some of these podcasts are actually constructed, it does beg the question: where are people like Jaguar Wright, Cat Williams, Bilal, just to name a few? Where are they getting their information? And why are they allowed to safely tell these truths? They have to be protected. Now, when I really start looking at people like Tasha K and the accusations that she's allowing people to bestow upon major figures, you have to really question the credibility of the information that they have. The fact that this is defamation, especially during a time of cancel culture with celebrities, you would think that lawsuits and cease and desist would be issued moving forward, but they haven't, which should tell you from a certain perspective, there may actually be certain forms of truth that these people are telling. And even if they're lying, you have to conclude that some of it is true enough to create a situation where they don't get sued. Because like Belial said, if she presses the issue on any of these topics, it would allow her to be put in a position of discovery where he can ask her certain questions and bring up things that she might not want the general public to have access to. And that's the danger. And I think that's the game that they're playing. I think some of the things that they're talking about, the reason they're protected is because the people that they're naming know that these people could bring up things that they're not mentioning. And it might actually be worse than what the public know about already. When you start looking at the position of people like Tasha K, she's clearly in a protected position as well, because we know that, I'm not even going to get on that. It's just some people sometimes appear to create narratives, we'll say. It almost looks like sometimes people get paid to create narratives, allegedly, and you never really know what somebody's true intention is. But when you see what Tasha K is doing, when you see what is it, RPK podcast or whatever, the one that Jaguar keeps frequenting, as well as Orlando Brown, when you see how these people are set up, you got to know that people might presumably reach out to these podcasts and pay them off to not have these type of guests on. None of these things are happening. On top of that, they have information that you would allegedly, you could conclude, you could form conclusive evidence that the only way to have all of this information is through actually working with people who are informed from a legal standpoint. So that would make them feds. It's really interesting. And I believe that there's a world within a world in these industries, and they be talking to each other. They talk to each other through these podcasts, and we witness it, we observe it, we get entertainment, but they're not talking to us. We benefit from these public conversations. I don't think that they're actually talking to us. I think they're talking to each other, and they're letting each other know subliminally what the next chess move is going to be on the board. And they're giving people time to, and you can see it because Belial literally posted that, 4 or 5 days ago on Tasha K's podcast, that he gonna give Jada 2 weeks to sue him. Otherwise, he's moving forward releasing names. Bilal's milking this. He's getting paid. He's milking it. He's coming out with a book. You know, all this is sales. They're all milking it. But I have a sneaky suspicion that Will Smith is secretly funneling information to Belial. That's the only way. Tasha even asked him how he was getting this information, and he evaded the question, but then later circled back to helping Will get out of the marriage. It only makes sense that these people are potentially informants, and there's a shift happening in Hollywood, and we're all bearing witness from an entertainment standpoint, but they're really talking to each other, bro. It's a world within a world. Y'all don't, people don't really get it, and I do get it, and that's why I don't fully get all of the chess moves that these people are playing with each other. We're all bearing witness, but you have to look at it and really ask yourself, where's Belial getting all of this information on Jada specifically? It would make sense that all empires crumble from the inside. It's an inside job. Will Smith probably hired him. Let me know what y'all think. I'm gone. Oh, and again, this is entertainment, free thinking. It's what I think. It's what I perceive. It's just entertainment.